rice water, and lemon for weight loss. I've done that for, should be my third week. And I was here. And currently I'm here, but this is the goal. But then, so many of you are doing it wrong, and I'm here to clear that, in addition to how do you actually prepare, because that actually seems that you didn't get that from the previous video that I did. But then, several other more questions like, do you take this on an empty stomach? Should you take this in the morning or in the evening? Or what do you eat after you take this? In addition to when you're pregnant or you're breastfeeding, should you take it? But let's get there first of all to preparation, because that's the main thing. In addition to that, I decided to include several other things that are very interesting for me, and I think it's something that you should be interested in. And also in this video, I'm going to give out the weighing scale. It's long overdue, so this is how we'll do it. I'll give to one of you on YouTube because it will make more sense. I bought that weighing scale using money from YouTube, and then it will make more sense if it will be just random. First of all, someone who expressed that they want the weighing scale, and then because you are many of you, I'll use a site that picks something at random, and then that random person will get the weighing scale. I'm sure you remember this container. It was somewhere here. I know you're here. Pishori. I actually buy mine from the streets. You can decide to buy yours from a supermarket. It doesn't matter the type of rice that you want to use, so long as it's rice. Now, this is the amount I would prefer. Now, you have your rice measured out. This is a normal glass, and then you top all that with either two things. One, you can decide to put in cold water and soak that overnight, or you can decide to just add warm water. Don't boil. My preference for not using hot water is because we have B vitamins here, and you're going to benefit from them if you don't boil them, because vitamins, as you know, if you boil them, you kill most of them, so you're not going to benefit as much from the vitamins. So in addition to the resistant starch that you're going to get from chia, I would prefer you don't boil. I'm usually paranoid, so the first thing is usually to wash this rice. How many times, you may ask? I usually wash mine 3 times. And now I can conveniently pour in my water. Now remember, this is a glass that we used, so make sure you clean it. Of course, this is for demonstration. I don't want to waste a lot of time here. So this is my warm water. Put it there, and that's enough for you. But it will depend. If you're planning to just use this only once, that will be enough for you. If you're going to use it like instead of doing this every now and then, you can decide to soak a lot of it, and then you can put that in the fridge, and then you'll be taking that throughout the day in case you want to do that. My recommendation will be in the morning on an empty stomach, and also in the evening before you go to bed. After soaking for 5 minutes, you can go ahead and now and sieve everything out. You need to strain. Now, the next thing you need to do is to squeeze half a lemon for every 1 glass. So you can either use your hands, which I usually find convenient, or you can go ahead and use a lemon squeezer. This one is not actually fitting. We'll force it in. Then you stir. And go ahead and take your lemon water, which I'm going to do right now. Now, there is this question whether you should wash or not wash. It will depend with you. How much do you trust the packaging? For me, I'm very paranoid. I know we have pesticides out there in the field, plus the handling. This thing is handled in the ground. But when you wash, you're washing off what is on the surface, which is mostly the resistant starch, which you are mostly interested in. Yeah, I would forego that because I've been washing my rice all along, and I actually achieved some weight loss. So it will depend. If you trust the packaging and where the rice is coming from, I would prefer you don't wash it, and by doing so, you have a lot of resistant starch which are still intact, and they will be on the surface of the grain, and they are part of the prebiotics which we really love, would want to utilize. Another question is the type of rice. You can use whatever you want, so long as it's rice. What food should you eat when you're doing this challenge? It's actually simple, and I use me as an example. Now, day 1, day 2, day 3, you'll be very tempted to eat a lot because you're going to get hunger pangs. And the reason for the hunger pangs is because now you're taking meals or whatever, the water that you're taking, which is making you feel satiated, it's less in calories. So when your body gets less calories, several things happen, one of which you get hunger. Another thing is you start burning what you already have. So if you attend to the hunger, it means that you're going to provide external sources of energy, and now it will stop from burning whatever is in the stove, and it will burn whatever is coming in food. So don't be tempted to eat anything with calories just because you already have carbohydrates, because you've stored that indirectly in form of fat, in form of glycogen. How about you just provide yourself with green leafy vegetables? Yes, some of them contain, of course, carbohydrates, but it's not as much. And vegetables will also give you the fiber, which is cellulose, which your body does not digest, and this will form as part of the bulk that will prevent you from getting constipation. So it will be very, very essential for you to also include green leafy vegetables, something like avocado. We have melons, which include thorn melon. We have watermelons. They're very good. You can use those as part of supplementing your diet, because you cannot live, ideally, you cannot live on rice water and lemon all through. You'll have to just eat normally. Now, day 3, 4, 5 all along, you'll start feeling very satiated. And by the way, sorry, make sure you also include proteins. Very important. You'll have to include that. Now, despite doing all that, stagnation happened. Around 75, you see, I got to 74, then went back to 75, then 74, then 75. After this stagnation, I decided, how about I include exercises? So exercises included several things. 1, walking. Walking is one of the best things that you are going to find out there as an exercise, because when you're walking, so many muscles are being involved. The other thing I did is going to the gym and enrolling for something interesting. I started with cardio, just running on a treadmill, and I decided to make it more interesting and try to form a connection between what I'm doing and my YouTube channel. So this is how I used to do it. On day 1, I'll just look at the number of subscribers that I have. That will be the speed for the day, and I did that for 20 minutes. Day 1, yeah, the same. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, based on the number of subscribers that I do have. Today I'm at, I think, 15k subscribers. Very interesting. I'll try to see if I can be able to do 20 minutes at 15 kilometers per hour. I know it's a big challenge, but who doesn't like challenge? I do love them. After a whole week of doing this in the gym, I was able to achieve 70 kgs, and it feels so good. I feel so light. 1, my muscles are stronger, so I feel lighter. Second, I'm within my BMI now. The only thing that I need to go or to do is to go to the safer zone, which is around, let's say, 20, 22, around there. Yes, I know I'm going to lose weight. Actually, you can even see my zygomatic bones. They are protruding in a way. And also you can see my jaw. Maybe I need to grow beard so that I get to cover. And yeah, so that it's a thought. Maybe I should grow them. Now, in a nutshell, I just started with the rice water and lemon only, not doing anything, and I lost 5 kgs. And along the way, I stagnated, and I decided to include the exercises. But then I decided to stop the rice water and lemon and do the exercises alone and see if that will happen or anything will happen. And yeah, I pushed to now around 70, but then I'm thinking, how about I combine both of them, which is actually very interesting to see. And that's what I'm now going to start from now going forward and see if I'll get to 68. And then from 68, there is something else I want to do. This is now trying to go back to around 70, and this is by building the actual muscles, not accumulating fat. And that's where now I'll concentrate on several things: my chest, my abs, and maybe I forgot, in the gym I also tried several things like lifting, because why not do that? It's fun. I'm enjoying going to the gym. It's more sustainable for me, and that's why I was very interested in walking on the treadmill, because this is something you can achieve. You can walk around the estate, you can just walk to work, the same thing I used to do Okay, not use, even now I do. So you just walk to work, back to work, targeting 10,000 meters a day. It's actually interesting and very sustainable. Now, objective number 1, very promising. It's happening. Weight is going down. Objective number 2, birds. I have so many of them. Actually, I have a variety of them. Like I told you, I've done that in the past, so I know they would come. I don't know how pishori, maybe pishori usually kind of attract them, or maybe just one will pass by, see the grains, go call the others, and then they get interested. So I have so many of them there. I didn't waste my rice. They are eating to a point where now I want to win them off, because I'm not going to be doing that forever, and I don't want them to get like used to free food. I want them, because they are wild, I want them to get used to looking for food out there, so that they can be able to survive better out there. If I so happen to give them food on a daily basis, they're going to become stupid. They're not going to know how to look for food. So I'm going to win them off, and this is how I'll do it. First of all, I'll start now staggering food. Now, instead of giving them on daily basis, I'll start with the drawing. Like 2 days there's no food, then the other days there is food, and then I'll just go and then only make it only once in a week, and then once in a month, so that at least I don't get to, they'll have to learn how to look for their own food. Now let's go to the mistakes that you are making. The first one is attending to the hunger that will come during the initial days. If you attend to that, it means that you're defeating the purpose which is making you hungry. And if you stay hungry, if you so happen to be so hungry, just try to eat something that's less in calories. Like I said, we have watermelons, we have several fruits that have low glycemic index, or you can just eat vegetables and protein to keep you satiated. Now, if you so happen to eat anything which is calorie dense, you are going to defeat whatever we are doing here. So don't be tempted. One goal and one thing you will always have to keep at the back of your mind is you'll have to provide your body with the less calories than you require per day, so that the body will be required to look for the calories elsewhere. But you can hear the birds, they're just there. Another mistake, people are dropping whatever they are doing to hop onto this trend as a shortcut to losing weight. Yes, I would prefer, yes, you can go ahead and try this trend, but then don't drop whatever you do. If you're running in the morning, just combine them. Just take it and then run in the morning or in the evening. But one thing which is forever superior, exercises. Move your body, move your muscles. It makes even your heart healthy. It makes your lungs even healthier by increasing the lung capacity by running or doing something strenuous. Make sure you sweat each and every day. Even if you're just seated, just try to look for something that you can lift using your hands, or maybe just move something. Move a part of your body. Now, another concern, which is you people do really love shortcuts. Sustainability is the biggest thing here. You cannot sustain taking rice water and lemon each and every day. You'll have accumulation of the rice that you've been soaking all along. Yeah, I'm lucky to have birds, but that's not something that you don't do forever. So just adopt something that will be, helping you along the way. Yes, it's good. Maybe you can use it. It will help you. Initially, you lose several kgs. And then from there, take over. And that's why I'm doing the gym thing. And then let something else take over the place of rice water and lemon. Now, for washing the rice, it will depend. Like I said, it will depend with whether you trust whoever is packing or wherever that rice is being produced. So, unwashed rice is better because you're going to have a lot of the resistant starch, which is what we are looking for. And also for the boiling, don't boil the rice. So in the previous video, I boiled water. That was a mistake. I shouldn't boil. You shouldn't boil, because we also want to benefit from the vitamins. So you can do it two ways. One, you can just warm water and then you soak that for 5 to 10 minutes and then you add your lemon, or you can just soak the rice overnight and then in the morning add your lemon and then you take. It'll give you the same thing. And let's go to the interesting part. Questions. The first one, you're pregnant or you're breastfeeding, should you take the challenge? And I'm going to group other people here. If you have any special condition, like for example, you're diabetic, or maybe you're pregnant or you're breastfeeding, I would advise you stay away from this for the simple reason where we don't have enough data supporting whether what's actually working for this. And we don't know the side effects for the same. So if you have any special condition, stick to what is scientifically proven. So we have things that you can use that are very friendly to you and the baby when you're breastfeeding or when you're pregnant. So don't use this. use other methods like exercising, or talk to your doctor. They can be able to give you a meal plan that will work for you if the plan is to lose weight. And remember, you have someone in you and they require nutrients, so you'll have to plan how to eat healthy for both of you. Now, do you eat meals after taking this? You might want to eat, because you cannot survive on rice water and lemon. Just eat like I did. I continued with my diet. The only thing that I noted is the reduction in the urge to eat over time. So you end up even eating less portions and less portions. So you'll have even to force yourself sometimes to eat something nutritious like meat and vegetables and all those, and exclude carbohydrates, because you already have that stored in you in form of fat, in form of glycogen. So you don't need to provide that, because you already have that stored in you, so you don't need that. Say you're a medic, you're a doctor, you're a scientist, and then you're just doing something with less proven data. As a scientist, you understand how discoveries are made. They are made in places where we have less data, and that's why you have researches going on in areas that we don't have enough of the data. But then there is something else that you need to know, that this is Healthwise. Yeah, this is the platform that I made to just focus on things that will work for your body, or things that looks interesting or not interesting for us. If something is doing harm to our body, I'll come here and talk about it. Look at something like castor seed oil. It's one of the most widely used, less researched product out there. So I usually focus on things like those, so that at least we can have an attention there, so that we get to know the good sides and the bad sides. I'm not saying castor seed oil is bad. It's been there since centuries before you even had laxatives. They are using that. So I would focus on that and tell you, hey, this works this way and this other this way. We don't have data. We don't have enough research which are well refined for castor seed oil, but we talk about it because people are using it. Now people are hoping, or they're talking, okay, I sound like I'm justifying my doing this. No, and I actually told you I did this as a challenge. It's interesting to know new things and even get to experiment things people are doing out there. Apart from the dangerous ones, I'm not going to do those. And actually, it's more safer for me to just do those challenges, because I know what's good, what's bad for the body, most of what is good and most of what is bad, because I went to school. So I know which is dangerous that you cannot do and which is bad. So that's why I'm here. I'll do. And I'll continue doing things, because we have so many things, and this is my opinion. We have so many helpful things that are in our African culture, and we don't focus on them. We don't talk about them. So why not talk about things that people are talking about that are working for them? Because if we don't focus on what we have here, we'll end up over-relying on the Western world, and you know what comes with that. So I'll continue focusing on things and everything that comes my way that I find interesting, and I'm sure you're going to find most of them interesting as well. Another question, should you take this on an empty stomach? Yes, go ahead and do this on an empty stomach. It's actually very interesting to do it that way. One, it will suppress the hunger, and it will push you a little bit further before you need a meal. And by doing so, you increase the deficit that you're talking about here, calorie deficit. One, by the way, you need to have a budget. You need to know how much of the calories you usually take per day, and also take accountability of, in a bread, how many slices do I eat in a day, and how much of calories do I get from that, because you can still take the junk food and you're going to lose weight. And by now you understand how, by just knowing how much calories in whatever piece of pizza you're taking that day, and also the piece of bread that you took. In the tea, you have sugar, you also have even the milk inside there, or the creamer that you're going to use in your coffee. You know how many calories you have in there, and by doing so, you get to budget how much of it you took in that day. And if you are accountable that way, you are going to enjoy your meals, even the treats or the bad foods that people usually say, hey, they are very bad for you, and you will end up still losing weight. Add exercises. I hope I answered most of the concerns and the questions that you people had. One thing you'll have to keep at the back of your mind, if you want to lose weight, there's no rocket science here. People make it so complicated. What you need to do is to provide less calories than you require per day, so that you force your body to go the other route. That's to go and look for the calories that you've stored in the fat. So it makes sense how this rice water is working, because this is one of the things that will happen. And make sure you avoid it if you have sugar issues, like I said, or you're pregnant, or you're breastfeeding, until you get enough data that will support whether you can just go ahead and take this rice water as Ozempic does to you. Subscribe, and see you in the next video.